It's a beautiful day here in New York City, and I'm doing a little talkie walkie with writer, comedian, radio. I just tripped. Radio personality, Mad Dog James Mattern.
Balancer. I'm a balancer too. I keep it balanced. I didn't know I was a writer. I didn't know I got the writing.
Well,
credit.
you do comedy, so you write jokes.
Well, that's good.
I feel like
some people would beg to differ.
No, you're right. You're good. But like, so a lot of your stuff, a lot of the gigs you get seem to be opening for big names, big acts. A lot of like comedians love to use you to warm up their crowds for their big specials, their big shows.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing where for years I was told I was an idiot for lots of reasons.
Wait, what?
Marcus.
Who's telling you this? They're liars.
Well, they're idiots too.
Yeah.
But I was told not to stop doing crowd work, and now you can't turn on your phone and not see someone go, "Hey, where are you from?"
Why?
Oh, tacos. And then they put in canned laugh, and now it's insanity. And I was also told you should want to be more than an opener and a host. And I've never been happier. Things have been good. It's fun to open for people. It is so great because I get to, this weekend I'm gonna, not to brag, I'm gonna be playing in front of thousands of people. I'm probably gonna get paid all right.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
No one here has stopped me. I get to be a human being.
Right.
It is, even with a goddamn selfie stick, right now, no one cares. People care about this crane right over here.
Yeah.
I couldn't get arrested right now. It's wonderful.
Well,
it's the best of both worlds.
I love featuring when I'm on the road for big comics, and we're playing theaters, and I don't have to worry about selling tickets.
Great. Oh yes.
I can have fun, be loose, no pressure. No one's there to see me. But like, part of me is also just like, I want to be the guy. I want to be like, I don't want to be a mid-card guy.
So it's an interesting thing. So we're both grew up with wrestling, and we've heard this mythical grab the brass ring from the WWE and Vince McMahon for years, right? Grab the brass ring.
Absolutely.
So in a sense, I've been told that I don't grab for the brass ring. So here's the thing. When I was a kid, now this could be a confidence thing, I never dreamed of being the world champion. I dreamed of winning the Intercontinental, the U.S. belt.
Hey, all right.
I dreamed of that.
That's not bad.
I never wanted to be the world heavyweight champion of boxing. I wanted the middleweight because when I was a kid, that's what Sugar Ray Leonard had.
Yeah, that's right.
Always wanted to win Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, wow.
And never Best Actor.
Well, there you go.
But it's still, do you see what it is? It is not perceived as the number one, but you still are the winner. I want to be the best at hosting and warming up and opening for people. So it's still a brass ring, but it's not the brass ring that everyone else wants.
And let me tell you.
Well, this is a lot more serious than I thought.
Well, the people watching this, they might be thinking, well, you're taking the easy way out. But let me tell you, it is not easy to host, and it's definitely not easy to feature. It's not easy to do the check spot, which your special was called, because you actually, will you tell people about the check spot and why it's such a tough position to be in as a comedian?
Also, real quick,
I
don't know, you're way younger than me. This feels like the Ben Stiller show when he did interviews in between. He would grab, you gotta look these up.
I will.
He would grab like Gary Shandling and guys, and they get like a taco in LA and be like, hey, it's really tough. And Shandling was just not connected on purpose. Spectacular.
I love it.
This is what
I want to watch
like.
it.
I feel like I'm in a time warp. I feel like Andy Dick's gonna
Well, we can get tacos if you want. We can put on a dress.
I can't break the fast.
All right. Are you fasting right now?
Yeah. I mean, it should be breaking soon, but I'm a real go at it.
Wow.
I'm gonna leave this, go to the gym. I'm gonna try and eat it at about 15 after.
So you don't eat until?
At least 12.
Wow, okay. Not bad. Okay, so what is?
All right, the check spot.
What's the check spot?
This is great. There's construction in front of us. This woman was explaining to her family member that, oh, this is a barbershop. Oh yeah, that was prostitution. Now I think it's prostitution again. Did you hear that earlier?
What happened?
Because there was like spa, and she goes, yeah, that closed because of prostitution, and then I think it's back open for prostitution.
We just passed. Oh, that's so funny.
This is great.
I love New York.
Upper East Side.
I love it.
The check spot is like the worst part of the show. I'm gonna be blunt. Shouldn't exist anymore. I know I put out the album and I don't put out the special. It's time to go. It is what showcase clubs do. Right before the last act, usually they'll put on a young comic or have the host do it, which is what spurred me to do it, where it's just almost chaos. Mm-hmm. I akin to calling it a town hall meeting for healthcare. You remember that debacle years ago, guys? And so that's what happens. And I ended up getting decent at it doing them for New York Comedy Club, and I decided we should record them. Then the pandemic happened. Then we listened to tapes, and they were good. But then there was issues with the record label I was with at the time. Didn't think we could put it out, and then I had to leave, go to another label, and we recorded more, and there it is. It's a horrible thing that a lot of clubs are realizing they don't need to do it anymore.
What is it specifically?
Everyone pays at the same time.
So it's when
they drop the bills.
They drop the bill,
and
everyone is just so distracted. No one's listening to the comedian on stage.
So it goes from a good comedy show where it's pretty much silence in the audience until they laugh at the wonderful punchlines at the jokes, to, in South Park when a big group does something,
a
mob or comes, it becomes that's what it becomes.
Yeah.
And so, pure chaos. And I learned the best way to deal with it is doing a question and answer. And so that's what I did. But it really should be outlawed. It's horrible on the road. Headliners get it all the time. So you're headlining in about 25, 30 minutes in. Makes no sense.
Yeah. Why can't they just wait until the show's over to put the checks down?
And they did that this weekend. I was fortunate enough to open up for David Tell at the Stress Factory, and they did that after.
Wow.
And it was great. You're just pissing away the money they spent.
Yeah.
So they can pay you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dumb.
It is dumb. And I think it is going away. I think slowly but surely more and more clubs are wising up to the fact that comics and the audience don't like it.
Yeah, and it's pretty, if you have this thing called security, and like a stamp system or like a ticket, then people they can't just leave.
Yeah.
And most people aren't sacks of shit.
Right. Yeah, most people aren't going to dip out. Should we take a right?
Let's make a right.
Can we do
this is great. I haven't done an interview where I might have to make a save.
We're on the Upper East Side. It's beautiful. This is our neighborhood. Yeah, you saved my life at least once already. Well, I think they were turning anyway, but we did it. It counts.
It counts.
You were there.
I was a lifeguard. How many of these have you done?
This is the 13th.
I should be lucky 13.
Lucky 13. Yeah, so this will go up on Monday. On Wednesday.
Do you realize that there's barely any 13th floors in any building in this city?
I have.
But there's 1,666.
That is true. That is true.
What are we doing?
Well, 666 isn't bad luck. It's just a sign of the devil.
It's the sign of the devil. Somewhat important in my life. I could probably, I can say, I won't give the full address, but my manager lives in a building. Ready? 666.
I love that.
I've never seen anything better in my life.
That's the best. There is this building close to where you live. Mm-hmm. The address is 420. And it's written on the building like 7 times in a 5-foot radius. 420, 420, 420. It's pretty exciting.
Stonerville.
Stonerville is right. So you grew up in Las Vegas. When did you make the move to New York?
2006.
And was it to do comedy?
Oh yeah, man.
Did you start comedy in Vegas?
Oh yeah, man. I did it for like 5 years.
Where would you do it? In Vegas?
So the options were just not great to get on stage.
Let's go with this.
I started with my boy Shuley. Some people might know from the Stern Show. We had 2 other dudes. This guy Michael Potter, this guy Jason Kiefer, not his real last name. And we called ourselves the Renegades of Comedy. Woo. Because Bill Hicks and Sam Kinison were in the Outlaws.
Yeah.
And then Kinison ended up taking over, and he had like Carl LeBeau and Mitchell Walters. And so we were going to be the Renegades. And
like the 3 of you want to do shows together?
Well, there's 4. Yeah, we do shows, and we go, I usually host, or Shuley would host, and we'd rotate people, and they get spots. And we'd run a place called Boomers, shithole back of a bar in a bad neighborhood in Vegas. I didn't know this existed, a pool.
Yeah.
I could just go swimming right now.
You could lay out. Look at that.
This doesn't even look that disgusting. The Astoria pool, you close your eyes and do a lap, and you get a fish net, a bag of popcorn, and a rubber in your face. This is amazing.
It's not bad.
I'm gonna go swimming. We should do this. That's part 2. That thing go under the water?
It does actually, yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful, man. New York has some gems in it, man.
This town is spectacular. So we did that. We also played my home club, in quotations, this nightclub called The Beach, which you had to finish the show by 10 o'clock on Saturday. And they had, because it became a nightclub. You would start seeing half-naked people who were their bartenders walking in. And then at 10:01, confetti and shit would come down. It was
crazy.
insanity. And we also had Sandy Hackett. Buddy Hackett's son ran a place at the Greek Isles Casino.
Wow.
Shuley got in there and he'd bring us in, but Sandy didn't really like me.
Was it mostly casino gigs you were doing?
Not really. Back then it really wasn't. But the Greek Isles was, you'd have to work clean, you'd bomb hard in front of old people and 5 meth heads. And it was empty room. It was awful.
Yeah.
They didn't really let you move up then to the casinos. Since I've been gone, some of the guys have.
That's crazy.
I mean, the tide is high, Blondie.
Look at that.
Sweet tornado.
This is, if you're watching this on the YouTube, this is the East River. That's Roosevelt Island over there.
I like to call it Roosevelt.
Never been to Roosevelt Island.
Wait a minute, is that Roosevelt?
Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I run, it's over there on Randall's. They're close.
Yeah, Randall's is over there.
This is Roosevelt. I went to a wedding there.
And which one? On Randall's?
On Roosevelt.
Oh, nice.
We had to take the fly, what is that shit called?
Oh yeah, that tram.
The tram. The hoof.
I've never done it.
First time ever for a wedding.
I'd love to do it. It seems quaint and cute.
It was nice.
I don't know.
Do that next episode. I'm giving you ideas. Swimming, tram.
So then so you guys were kind of, the 4 of you started doing all these shows together in Las Vegas. Yeah. Maybe creating a little bit of a name, a little bit of a following, would you say?
I would say probably not.
Oh,
but
okay. Well, you're honest. Hey.
I mean, Shuley was getting traction because he would call in on the Stern show, and so people were starting to learn about him.
Okay.
But I was just a dumb. I was wearing shorts on fucking stage.
Hey, people don't. I think that's more acceptable now.
Ironically, not by me.
Well, it used to be this thing where like you have to wear pants. If you're doing stand-up for men, at least, you're wearing pants on stage.
I agree with it.
And now, people are like, I'm gonna wear shorts.
If you go outdoors, fine, and if it's really part of your character, fine. Here's the thing, you have to earn it. This is something, I'm gonna sound like the old guy, but I am. You have to earn certain things on stage. And if you've done it long enough, or you draw asses in seats, then you could do shit like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're 2 years in, hey, let's go, and you got your goddamn knees exposed. Shut up.
Cover up your knees, man.
Cover up your goddamn knees. People are paying $20 for the Ruth Buzzy drink or whatever this shit is called.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it great? Eventually, comedy clubs, the names aren't going to be from like comics, like on TV. It's going to be all TikTok stars and shit.
Oh, totally.
You're going to have your Kushberger and goddamn. I wish I knew more TikTok stars before I did this stupid bit.
Well, I think can we go through now? Or
we're going to get murdered. Let's go. That'll be a first for your episode. It's episode 13, Marcus. We should get killed.
It's going to be lucky.
I mean, we're going to catch syphilis here.
Yeah, this is nice. There we go. What a beautiful day.
This is unbelievable. If we jumped in here, we're dead, right? Not a chance?
I don't know. I think the toe would take you down, right?
It'd be all
It doesn't look inviting.
One way to find out.
Don't do it.
First suicide on your episode. I want to be the first.
It's not worth it.
Firsts.
It's not worth it.
You had a lot to live for. You're good opening for people, remember?
Well, you are good at. I mean, it's funny because, like, you're still doing all the things. You know what I mean? Like, you're still putting out your own specials. You're still working the clubs. I mean, you headline around the country too, don't you? You do clubs.
Yeah, but I don't really like it. I like it. It's all right. I'm gonna do it again in a couple weeks. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I really like opening for people. It's kind of fun.
I mean, it really is an art to it. What do you see, like, when you see other people open for other acts? What do you see that they're doing wrong that you wish you could just be like, no, stop it, do it this way?
Well, I don't know that's wrong. It's what works for them and what works for their opener. There's plenty of people who would not want me to open because of my energy and the things I do, and I get that. I mean, they could also tell me to take it down a notch, and I've done this a while, and I can adjust. But for me, I don't know, man. Let's bring it back to the wrestling thing that we have a kinship on.
Yeah.
I love energy, dog.
Yeah.
Forget wrestling. I sometimes throw in a match. I do get bored.
Yeah.
But you know what I love? I love the intros.
Yeah.
I love the promos that build the excitement. I like after when the decision is made in the 1, 2, 3 and the place going. I'm attracted to energy. I prefer college football. I don't watch it much because we're always doing gigs on Saturday. But you turn on a college football game, or a good college basketball game.
Yeah.
All the energy, because there's nothing else going on in the town.
Right.
And the people go banana, to quote the great
Yeah.
Pat Patterson. I love energy, man. It's beautiful to me. And I love that aspect. And so anywhere we can, if there's a crowd of people, I want to get energy. It should be a happening, should be exciting.
Yeah.
When you go and buy a ticket, I was broke for so long. It's such a big deal to go to a concert now, man.
Yeah.
Or go see a show.
True.
We should be happy we're alive, especially after the things we've gone through. I'm there to remind people, you spent your money to have a good time.
I'm getting hyped up right now just listening to this, baby.
Baby, that's what it is. And it's so much fun to do. And so that's how I like to do it. I just don't want to bring up the guy and, all right, give it up for it. Unless that's what they want, like a tell. It's just kind of, all right, give it up for it. He's usually on stage when I'm giving it to him.
Okay.
Because he's the show. But that's how his mentality is.
So when you're opening for like a tell, does he say, hey, take the energy down a little bit?
No, I've only done the full weekend, but like I'll be with him tonight at the Cellar. And then just from bringing him on to close those shows.
Oh, sure.
That energy too. With Chris, I'm like, you want big? All right, bring me big. When I do specials, it's like, all right, I'm selling.
Name some of the specials that people have seen that you've done crowd warm up and opening for.
Oh man, Chris Stefano, Special Weshy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great one. Zarna Garg, 1 in a Billion.
Oh wow, Zarna, that's her Amazon special did great.
It did great. I did a bunch on HBO Max. I did it for Marcella, Ian Lara.
Wow.
Greg Stone has one coming out. Gary Veter has one coming out. Man, I can't even remember them all now, man.
That's crazy. That is so cool, though.
But it's fun, and I've done a bunch of albums.
Yeah.
I've listened to some of my friends' albums on Spotify, and I'm like, who's that dummy announcing? I'm like, oh, that's me.
That's awesome. That's like your place in history there. Yeah, depending on who it is, of course. Depending on who it is.
He didn't do much for himself, but his voice is on a lot of other people's records.
Got to start somewhere, you know?
And then somewhere, too.
Hey, that's right. That's right.
But it's, man, I don't know. Don't you get excited? It's so this probably is purgatory. Let's get somewhere. So we should enjoy all the little things that are there.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's cool.
It's not constantly horrible. We're in this time of absolutes and shit. And absolutes can suck my wee-wee. We can work dirty, you know?
Absolutely.
So we should be happy. We're like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is fun. And it's good to remind ourselves to have fun. It's okay to have fun. I saw this, video years ago. It's probably taken down because SNL's real stingy about their music. I watched Skid Row, I'm not trying to brag, but they were on when they were red hot years ago, and they did Monkey Business. And Sebastian, a great frontman, he's trying to get him to clap their hands. And at one point, he's like, come on, it's not wrong to have fun. Always stuck with me. It's not wrong to have fun, baby.
I love that. I mean, and anyone who sees you, who goes to your shows, can tell you're all about having fun. You're a silly guy, you know?
Silly.
Don't take yourself too seriously, which I like.
Try not to.
Yeah, that. More people need to be a little bit less afraid of looking like a silly goose.
I look like a maniac. Let's just be honest about it.
I love that. I always have good sets when you're hosting, for the most part. Sometimes it's me and I don't have good sets. But you do. You set them up.
I try, baby. I get upset if it doesn't go well for people.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Do you remember the first joke you ever wrote?
It's one of the worst things I've ever done.
Let's hear it.
I can't remember. Oh, it's so embarrassing, Marcus. It's something to do with my manager at the time at my day job said, one buddy was joking about something about if a girl doesn't kiss you the first date, she's not a keeper, if she doesn't have sex with you. And then somehow he brought up anal, and our manager, female, goes, she gives you anal the first date, put a ring on that finger. And ever since that day, I've been married to my manager. Some shit like that. Oh my God, horrible. But you could see that if you've never done it before, and in 2001, when there's Limp Bizkit and shit, you're really proud of yourself for that. You're like, yeah, I'm good at comedy. And now I look at it with distance, and I wish I had a time machine, not to like kill Mussolini, but to punch myself in the mouth.
Well, was that so? Did you start comedy in 2001?
Yes, sir.
That's not a terrible joke. I mean, it's your first one. That's not.
For a first one, it's probably okay.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be a goddamn professional.
Well, I mean,
I'm
at the
interviewing
time
you with
weren't,
jet
though.
skis, and I'm telling you this joke.
Dude, going on the East River with jet skis seems like the move.
You're gonna end up becoming a mutant. You're gonna join the X-Men after this shit with the
That's true.
radiation.
The river's not very clean. Is that what
Buddy,
is that
it
what you're
is
saying?
dirtier than a blah blah and a blah blah.
So you mentioned wrestling a little bit. Do you find, like, I'm a wrestling fan, you're a wrestling fan. I think that's kind of why we get along so well. We always talk about wrestling a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a lot of parallels between wrestling and comedy. Do you see that?
Absolutely. And there's so many of us, and there's so many people who are not embarrassed to do it, to mention that they are.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of those guys are really good looking.
Right.
Talk about it. I started to wear more wrestling shirts, and I'm like, I don't feel as confident as Dan Soder seems. It's like, Dan's like a goddamn model.
Yeah.
Tall and shit and all broad.
I wore a wrestling shirt for you today.
I think it's spectacular. Macho Man's looking so introspective.
Mm-hmm. It's
like, should I have not made all the bad decisions I did post my dad's territory?
Oh yeah, yep. So what are some of the main parallels that you see?
What is an individual thing? That gets slept on.
Yeah.
That it is being,
Absolutely.
But it is show, so people forget. So sometimes I'm a guest speaker at like a comedy class seminar.
Yeah.
And I try to tell them, man, like, it starts before you say a word. Like, I have specific movements when the show starts, when I'm hosting, or I get brought on stage when I'm doing a spot, of how I embrace the audience.
Wow.
And things I say. That's psychological. It's kind of like when you watch wrestling and they play the music and the guy goes through the curtain. Like, it starts there. You know who that person is with that first step. Before you speak, they usually will get an opinion on you within seconds. So that's like something I'm mindful of. And I mean, it's crowd control.
Because they don't even wrestle until they're in the ring and the bell goes ding, ding, ding.
But the show's started the minute
The
they go on.
shows start, you're right. Never thought about that.
And so, like, they say how there's a test audience every night. Well, your test audience is every, like, few seconds or whatever. So, like, it's constant feedback. And it's a performance. And so it's, like, so similar. And I am trying to control them, and it is me times 1,000. Mm-hmm. And that's what wrestlers said. The good gimmicks are an aspect, a legitimate aspect of your personality turned all the way up.
Right.
And so that's how I turn up. I like, dude, the prep I do.
I bet.
I mean, it's lunatic with what I do to get myself ready to peak when my name gets called.
You listen to music? What are you doing?
Like, after this today, man, my only show is 11:30. I'll start drinking 3 cups of tea to get my throat right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read. I'm gonna listen to some outlaw country.
Okay, what are you reading?
I have like a million things I read at once because my mind is insanity.
All right.
I'm reading Spider-Verse.
All right.
I have a Dean Martin book I've been reading. Dino, it's really getting good. It took 350 pages, but it's really getting good.
That's good.
He's really starting to call people motherfuckers.
350 pages is a lot to get through in a book that you're not enjoying.
It's fun. It's good. I knew it was going to get good. I hate all the goddamn. I'd ate little blah blah, 8 cookies, and Mama didn't look them in the eyes. Shut up! I don't give a shit.
Right.
And the neighbors, fuck the neighbors.
Here, let's go this way. We can go down to close to the gym.
I just want goddamn. Tell me about Frank Sinatra.
Right.
Tell me about.
Yeah, I want to hear the
about
juice.
Getting drunk with the president and hiding these Marilyn Monroe scandal. That's what I want.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell him. I want to hear about him recording that some more.
Yes.
So there's that. There's a Pat Cooper book. One of my heroes. No longer with us. And yeah, so I read all that, and then I take vitamins. So like 20 minutes before the first show, I take a CBD because I'm edgy.
Nice.
And some Excedrin.
Ah.
And then if it's my only show like tonight, I'm gonna take all my gummies. I'm gonna take all my.
You take THC gummies?
No. The gummies are vitamin C and B12.
Ah, okay.
And I get all hopped up.
That's fair.
So if I got one show, right when I'm going on, the Excedrin's kicking in with the CBD, and then I have all the sugar from these gummy vitamins and their benefits. and I'm ready to go.
You really got it down to a science,
And then I'm
man.
a wild boy. If I have
Wow.
multiple shows now, what I'm doing, if it's 2 shows, I take the gummies all at once after, but I have to make sure I eat. Oh, you get the poopies.
Don't like that.
No, who does?
No one.
So this is also I can really be in this head where I just go.
Yeah, that's always good because when you're hosting, you got to keep the energy up for an hour and a half the whole
banging.
time.
Keep banging.
And after every comic momentum, you got to bring that momentum back. Sometimes it gets lost if an act bombs. You got to pretend that it didn't.
You got to get them back on track. But see, that's another wrestling thing. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The whisper yell. See, I don't know if you really know the whisper yell.
Tell me about the whisper yell.
Because you're younger.
All
you
right.
didn't have any of the territories. Whisper yelling was more territory wrestling.
Hit
More
me.
Southern hillbilly shit, which Vegas got all of it.
Educate
So
me.
like, in between acts, I don't really like to do time unless it's really needed.
Okay.
But you can't just go, hey, Marcus Monroe, great, next act, blah, blah, blah. I mean,
Right.
what are we doing, kid?
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's phenomenal. So, Henderson, that's basically where I live when I go back home to Vegas. It's my aunt.
Henderson's a great town.
Isn't this exciting? So, dude, so it'd be like, hey, wasn't that great? Marcus Monroe, this is exciting. You guys excited? You take it down a notch because it forces people to focus again. Because it's natural after someone does well and gets laughs and the energy. Hey, blah, 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 blah. They want to talk. So sometimes instead of going, yes, sometimes it's just, hey man, wasn't that great? Is this exciting? Oh my God, we have another, and then you can slowly bring it up. Dusty Rhodes used to really whisper yell back in the
Because when
in the
you
days.
whisper yell, the audience is like, oh wait, what are they saying? I need to be quiet so I can listen.
But
is that the trick?
Yes, but there's still energy.
Ah.
So it's like, isn't this great? There's still an intensity to it.
Isn't
And so
this
like you try to get them to focus and then they go, come on, let's get it up. Go for your next act, Eric Newman. I'm saying that because he used to live around here and he's a buddy of ours. Come on, and then you can get a little louder then, but it's the focus.
Yeah.
I'm like golf announcers. People make fun of them, but there is an intensity. Oh my goodness.
The thing about
Tiger.
golfing,
Yeah.
like you have to be, or in like tennis, you have to be completely quiet while they're doing their sport.
But still selling the excitement. There really is a competition and
But
excitement.
why do you have to be quiet? Why can't, if you can play basketball, football with music playing, why do you have to be so quiet when you're playing tennis and golfing? I don't understand that.
Hold on a second. Are we technically? And I'll answer that. If we walk out of here, I have a horrible phobia.
You want to go across the street?
Is this bad luck if we walk this way? We're not technically under it, are we?
Because of the ladder there?
Yeah.
I think we're good.
I mean, is this insanity?
No,
Look at
I
me.
mean, I think you're good, dude. I think you're safe.
I mean, I've lost relationships because I've had to go the opposite, and the girl
Do you
figures it out.
have you have bad OCD?
A bit, yeah.
I did not know that.
I've gotten better. It'll be something stupid, and then I'll beat myself up for 3-4 days.
Ah,
And then everyone I talk to, the 300 people I ask if this is okay, go, yeah, it's okay, everything's okay. You're not an evil person.
but this is a safe space.
And then I'll call someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, blah, 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 blah. Who else do you talk to? 300 other people. What do they say? The same thing you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click.
But yeah, I just don't understand
Oh, quiet sports.
why you have to be quiet.
Golf's very difficult.
Basketball's difficult too.
But it's now who knows if maybe golf would have been more of a spectator sport from the jump, or tennis.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things you're just accustomed to it.
The tension is so high when it's so quiet.
These people really need to concentrate though, and so
I guess.
it's whatever. I mean, I've never gone to the U.S. Open. Maybe this will be the year, but I've said that the last.
Oh, it's so
17
fun. I
years.
love going.
I mean,
And I
tennis
love
is great.
watching tennis live.
I
I
think
don't
it's
like
great.
it on TV. It's not as fun.
I like it. Tennis is so overwhelming. I loved it as a kid because in Vegas, Agassi was like our home team.
Oh, that's right.
And my grandma is German, so we rooted for Becker
Oh, okay.
and Graf. And so we loved all of them. And so I like tennis, but it's just so hard now. It's just so hard to. Well, individual sports are weird to me.
They are, yeah.
Because it's hard to just be like, I'm a Serena guy.
But we're
I mean, I
kind
like
of in
watching.
individual sports. Comedy is almost like an
It
individual
is,
sport.
but it's not as fun. But I'm saying to like root for it.
Right.
It's just
Oh, yeah.
more fun to root for something
Yeah.
that with a team, even though
Yeah.
it's stupid. I mean,
Well, you have the branding, you have the mascot, you have the theme song, you have the cheerleaders. With a team,
Colors,
you have
yeah.
a whole brand.
yes.
Right, you have the Wheaties, I mean, I guess Wheaties boxes, but like, that doesn't make sense. But you got, when it's just an individual, especially when you're playing tennis, there's no fanfare for the most part.
But the kids now, you might even be in this. Are you technically, no, you're a millennial.
Yeah, I'm still in my 30s.
God bless you.
Thank you.
But the Z's and them, they really don't care about teams. They care about players and go with the player wherever they go. So if LeBron ended up playing for the goddamn, in a different, if LeBron somehow became the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens, these kids would throw away the Lakers jerseys and root for the Ravens.
That is true, yeah.
And it's what it is.
Well,
I was raised that you didn't do that. I think there's merit to both. I mean, it's stupid I root for laundry. But, I mean, the hometown team thing makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm away from Vegas. I root for the Vegas team.
A lot of people also think the hometown team should be people from those towns.
Buddy, some of those towns, if you did that, you'd go 0-16.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. That's what some people have that argument. Like,
it used to be like that.
Yeah.
There used to be territorial drafts in like the NBA.
Oh, is that right? See, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, but I mean, California and Texas and Florida were dominant, and Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
In football.
Big meaty towns.
And athletes. So many athletes come out of Florida.
Oh man.
It's like,
we're on 86 and First Ave right now in New York City.
And it was a really good day. Now it's, to quote Johnny Cash
hot.
and June Carter, hotter than a peppered sprout.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that AC, into that gym.
Whew. So I guess you okay?
Yeah.
Good head of hair on.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. When do you ever think about writing for like WWE or for wrestling shows or AEW?
For a time, I would like to get into being the in this corner guy.
Oh, yeah. I got a friend that does that.
Oh, who do you got?
Austin. His name's Austin Rome or Mike Rome.
Yeah.
For WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really
great.
fun guy. Yeah.
Oh, and that Samantha Irvin's outstanding.
She's good.
She's going to go down as the best ever.
She's really good. She's married to Ricochet, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an art to her. You could tell the way she does it. I'm doing a charity boxing thing in like a month and a half, and I'm kind of excited about it. I don't even know what the money is. It's probably gonna be garbage, but it gets me in there.
Do you box?
No, but I'm saying I'm gonna announce it.
Oh, okay.
And for Skankfest, there's talk of me maybe doing something.
Oh, that would be really fun.
Because I tell my people, I'm like, you got people at WME. I would love to. I would love to be an announcer, because that's when I bring up like a Chris and that. That is what I do.
Yeah, that is true.
I pump.
That is true.
And sell.
Well, why don't you hit up some of the indie wrestling leagues? Be like, hey, I'd love to, introduce the wrestlers. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well,
I got a buddy who
tell me
introduces for the New York Rangers.
Oh my God!
Adam
that's
Hamway.
a dream.
He's a comic.
That's a brilliant job.
He's really good at it. He's got the voice.
So smooth.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming in. He's like,
we'd like to welcome to you to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden.
How awesome is that?
Is that unbelievable?
So cool. And he's just a comic that does like VO, and he's a great impersonator.
It's great. Energy.
He just has that voice, and he has the energy. Yeah.
Energy's amazing.
I think you have different energy than he does.
Oh yeah.
You're more raw and rock and roll, punk rock.
Oh yeah, dog.
Yeah, he's more like corporate, clean.
Sure.
But you can do both.
Yeah, I do a lot of these events now. It's kind of crazy.
You do a lot of corporates?
I've been doing like benefits, like fundraisers. It's crazy. You wouldn't think it when you see how nuts I am on stage. But once again, it's just trying to get a message across and energy. Like you're trying to raise money, so it sells.
It's working, right?
You're damn right it is, my friend.
So you would maybe write for wrestling? Is that what?
You're so good at bringing it back on track. I'm
trying.
I have no attention span.
Well,
You're spectacular. What a host you are.
I don't know, man. I'm not actually a good host at all, but I printed up a bunch of questions and I wrote them all out and I left it in the printer.
That's even better. That's more
good.
punk rock. No, fuck it. The printer needed love
We're
too.
off book, baby.
Writing, I don't know if I would, because it just seems like they don't want actual people who.
But you would announce.
I mean, if I got asked, I think about it,
Yeah.
I did some things with some wrestling stuff, and I thought maybe that's a direction I could go in, but that's their thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, ring announcer would be good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would love to have been a manager.
That would be so fun. I'd love to take a big bump in the middle of the ring and oh no, he's not a wrestler. What does he do? I think that would be amazing.
I'm missing some vertebrae, though, so if I fall wrong, I'm paralyzed.
Oh, my God. What happened?
I had a birth.
Oh, jeez.
I was told by a chiropractor that I did the wrong car accident and I'm done.
No way. Here, let's go this way.
To tell, kid.
Let's get into that shade. That shade is our friend.
Now, would you write You love it.
Absolutely. But I would be worried that I wouldn't like to see how the sausage is made.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I would have a good time, and I'd only do it for like a month or two maybe. And I'd want to do it right during like WrestleMania season, just so I can get tickets to Mania.
Yeah, and then and just so you could either gain 100 pounds or lose 50.
Right.
Because that seems like it's so stressful.
Oh yeah.
You're either binge eating or not eating because you're getting yelled at the whole time.
Yeah, that is true. And I think, I don't know, I wouldn't want to stop. I wouldn't want to stop doing stand-up or shows,
Yes.
but I would have to for that.
I interviewed years ago at ESPN, so that was a big deal. I got to go to campus, and they put me up in the hotel across the street. I went. It was overwhelming. I was interviewing to write and voice a puppet for a fantasy football show.
Love it.
I felt it went very well.
Yeah.
But as the question went, could you live in Connecticut?
Uh-huh.
It was bad. I was like, well, you know, you sure, you know, that's, you wouldn't be able to do stand-up as much. Yeah, you know. Now, did the other guy get it? Probably deserve it more, probably. But I also keep thinking that I probably talked them out of me hiring me in that moment because I really want to do stand-up. And it would be tough to spend time in Connecticut, which you would for the WWE if you're writing and on the road, and not doing stand-up.
Yeah, it would.
To maybe have LA Knight say something.
Yeah.
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 So that's what's crazy about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, once again, you have to weigh what you're going to do. Do you want to just make money? And I like making money, but you want to make money and be happy and do the things that you enjoy.
That's true.
Sometimes you have to take something you don't like because it will better you in life. But sometimes for that, it's just a shitty gig, like a corporate gig where you're going to bomb, but you might get 5G.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And you get some rent put away.
I think you got to sprinkle those gigs along with gigs that you don't pay as well, but you love to do because they just bring you joy.
Yeah.
And then, you got to kind of get a good balance of the two.
Yeah, and you hope. But now a writing gig, like most people would probably advise you take it. It probably was going to be high 5 figures or low 6.
Yeah.
You're nuts not to take it.
Yeah.
It's broke then. Broke.
Yeah.
We all broke a lot in this business. But then you're like, am I going to be happy?
Yeah.
Just writing for someone else and not going out there doing my thing. And being stuck in, no disrespect, the goddamn Connecticut.
Right. Yeah. I get that. Well, I think it's probably a good thing that you turned down or you didn't get that writing job because your stand-up is great. Your hosting abilities are top shelf. You get the
massage.
I love this. Keep going. You get the crowd working. Oh yeah. You get the crowd hyped like no one else I've ever seen. I mean, your energy. If you could bottle your energy and sell it as a drink, what would you call it?
Let's get loose.
I like that.
Loose juice.
I was thinking you call it like Mad Dog 95 or something.
Mad Dog.
How did you get the nickname Mad Dog?
It was my grandpa who raised me his nickname. And he worked food and beverage at the casinos at the tail end of the Mafia's run. And he couldn't be made because he's, what's that? You going this way?
Where's your gym?
Over here.
Oh, all right.
Whatever you want to do.
All right.
But he was half German, so back then you couldn't get made. Now they'll take anyone.
Yeah.
If you have an Italian cookie, you could get made now.
Yeah.
But his temper was so bad, and the Mafia got a kick out of it, so they nicknamed him Mad Dog, and they'd give him gifts. And speaking of golf, I used his golf bag, because the boys wanted me to play golf, and it said Mad Dog, and it had a big angry dog on it, son of a bitch, and the guys kept laughing at me, and I have a temper, worse than, I think. And then it kind of stuck. Now it's tatted on my arm.
That's amazing. Where's the tat?
First one.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it looks like a prison tattoo at this point. Shit.
Yeah, we all got prison
21.
tats. You were 21 when you got it?
I think so. Maybe 20.
That's awesome.
Probably 21.
It's not that long
Then I got
ago.
this
It's still
one at
pretty
22.
fresh. What does that say?
I mean, these are over 2 decades old. This is Gonzo. This because I
looks like
Hunter S. Thompson.
The BLAP logo.
Yes, it kind of does. John Lasseter with the BLAP. Which, I mean, this is still kind of a Black Panther. It comes from Black Panther, but this has 2 thumbs.
Oh, that's cool.
When I got this, the tattoo artist was not familiar with Hunter S. Thompson. He's like,
oh, really?
He's like, you know you're getting the Black Panther tattoo and you're white. I go, yeah, man, but this is Hunter, you know, Fear and Loathing. He's like, I know, but do you know that is? I'm like, yeah, man, we're gonna be fine. Just make sure you put the goddamn guns over there.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And so, yeah.
So what's next for you? What do you got cooking?
What tattoo-wise? I don't know. I might get a number 33 and a 23.
What about a 13, huh?
Number 30. Speaking of 13, you know who had 13?
Who's that?
I've always, you know what, I toyed with doing that. Taz got a big 13
Oh,
when
Taz,
it took him 13 years to get to WWE.
Wrestler.
I was toying with doing that when I got to like the cellar, because it took me 20 years to get in there.
Wow. When did you get into the cellar? What year?
2021.
All right.
I got passed in May.
That's amazing.
First spot in June.
Wow.
Wow, boy.
It's crazy how that happens and how it just kind of changes everyone's career. I mean, it doesn't make everyone a star, but it kind of elevates everyone into like the next level of comedian.
And it makes you feel good, but a lot of this is all mental.
It is, a lot of it is all mental.
Knowing that you're on a schedule with the best in the world, it makes you at least believe that you're good enough to work with them, or you're one of the best in the world, and that could change everything with you, and that's great.
Yeah.
Look, man, I am superstitious as shit, right? But I have stolen this from John Mellencamp, and it's changed my life. When he did Maron's podcast, Maron kept going, wow, that's amazing, how'd you get that? He goes, lucky, and he said this all 3 times. You know how you know you're lucky? You think you are. But it's all mental, so if you convince yourself, then that's it. That's the battle. This is my gym.
This is it, Crunch Fitness. We did it. James.
You got everything you need? You want to do another lap?
No, we're good. This is it, man. I'm so happy we got to walk you to your gym.
I got walked to school.
We took the long way, but we had a good time, right?
The best.
Don't forget your headphones.
Oh,
Put those
shit.
in my bag.
Am I allowed to just grab them out?
Just grab them out.
I want this
James,
backpack.
where can people find you?
James Mattern. The website's up, I believe. So you go there. The James Mattern on Instagram and YouTube. You can buy the Check Spot vinyl on Pinch.
Wow, that's nice.
PinchRecords.com. And then, yeah, we should be announcing soon. I'm doing another album special thing.
Oh, nice.
New York Comedy Festival week.
Oh, sick.
We haven't put the ink to where we're doing it, but it's going to be a unique situation.
I love it.
It's going to be different. It's not going to just be see me at the comedy club. It's not at a comedy club. It won't be at a comedy club.
I love that.
So it's going to be different. So
that's
let's have
fancy.
fun.
Mad Dog James Mattern, thank you so much. Talkie Walkie.